So can someone help me and do me a favor? Can you tell me why the moon is super reflective and super bright in our night sky, but the moon doesn't look reflective at all on any of the moon landings? In fact, it just looks like dirt, and his spacesuit looks even more reflective than the moon itself. So if the moon is reflecting the sun's light, and it's being shown all the way here, to where our eyes can see it, how is this possible that it's not reflective at all when we actually land on the moon? And I know we didn't land on the dark side. So Mars has a CO2 atmosphere of basically nothing. It's a little bit of CO2. And this means that since it has no atmosphere, something wouldn't be able to land on it. There is no wind if there is no atmosphere. Because the atmosphere, it's particles. It's actual physical particles. So an airplane is pushing off of physical particles in the atmosphere in order to create thrust. So this means that if you mimic the atmosphere of Mars and you put a fan to a feather, guess what happens? The feather doesn't move because there is no particles for the feather to push off of. This means that all these little flying drones on Mars couldn't possibly fly around. This is impossible. Of course, I'm making this up. I'm being sarcastic. Of course we went to the moon. And of course the Earth is a globe. I just like making this stuff for fun. So we've all heard of the Red Bull space jump where this dude jumps from over 120,000 feet above sea level. And from that height, you should see some curvature, right? Curvature, not convexing. Why is the globe convexing? Does that make any sense to you whatsoever? If we live on a globe, how can it simultaneously be doing the absolute opposite? Of course, I know for a fact we live on a globe, but I also do know that this is a fisheye lens, a wide-angle fisheye lens. So if you hold it upside down, it's going to do that. But if you hold it straight up, it's going to do that. Am I saying that they're faking curvature with a wide-angle fisheye lens? Of course not. And this entire video is just for laughs. But it is pretty interesting how this globe looks on this video, isn't it? I mean, he actually did the jump. He actually went that high and did the jump. But why is he having to mess with the visuals of this video being presented to us? You have to ask yourself those questions. So yeah, I mean, it does it multiple times throughout this video to where the Earth looks both convex and curved. Oh, so now we live on a donut Earth. It's literally a giant donut? What is going on? I don't understand how this could be possible if we live on a globe. Something's going on, something's fishy, they're hiding something from us. But this was just a Red Bull space jump and it was for laughs and giggles and he just did it for entertainment purposes. Just like this video. I have no idea what I'm talking about and I have zero eligibility to anything that I say. However, I do know that that is a fisheye lens. Just kidding. Just stop right here and think for a second. I want you to take a good look at this video and ask yourself, why is this happening? What is going on? Why would an astronaut be training underwater? And why would an astronaut suit look exactly like a spacesuit? And why would the movements going on simulate the environment of them being in space if they're underwater? The vacuum of space is, well, an empty vacuum of space. So isn't that just a little bit fishy? Now this guy's really important. He's saving the world and he's telling us exactly how he's doing that by simulating the environment of being in space by putting astronauts underwater. Pretty crazy. But of course they're actually in space and those heroic astronauts are training to go in space by going underwater. Isn't that pretty amazing? Is that a satellite? And do you guys remember that movie called Fly Me to the Moon? Now, can you remember what that movie was about? That's pretty interesting, isn't it? Now, I wonder why Hollywood would put out a movie like that. But anyway, this is just for entertainment purposes only, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. And the International Space Station is not underwater.